Namaskar. So in previous chapter we discussed linear programming problem. So with the help of linear programming means graphical method, simplex method or any other method, many methods we discussed. But we must know that it is stated that the simplex algorithm could be used to solve any linear programming problem for which the solution exists. However, as the number of variables and constraints increase, the computation by this method become more and more laborious. Therefore, wherever possible, we try to simplify the calculations. One such model requiring simplified calculations and is known as distribution model or the transportation model. The transportation models. So this deals with the transportation of product available at several sources to a number of different destinations. The name transportation model. So however it is misleading, that is investment, plant location, inventory, employment scheduling, personal assignment, product mix problems and many others. But it is not confined to that distribution only. So origin of transportation model dates back to 1941. Now it is very popular. So there are several assumptions we must know before solving transportation problems. So the total quantity of item available at different sources is equal to the total requirement at different destinations. So this is one of the major assumption required. So item can be transported conveniently from all sources to destinations. The unit transportation cost of the item from all sources to destinations is certainly and precisely known. The transportation cost on a given route is directly proportional to the number of units shipped at that route. The objective is to minimize the total transportation cost for the organization as a whole and not for individual supply and distribution centers. So these are some assumptions. So it is a special case of linear programming which deals with shipping from source to destinations. Objective of transportation model is to determine amount shipped to each destination from source at minimum cost. Shipping costs are assumed to be constant and directly proportional to the amount shipped, amount of volume to be shipped. Here there is a model. So what is this model? So transportation model deals with problems concerning as to what happens to the effectiveness function when we associate each of a number of origins, sources, with each of possible different number of destinations. The total movement from each origin and the total movement to each destination is given, and it is desired to find how the association be made subject to the limitations on totals. So in such problems, sources can be divided among the jobs. Here unit of supplies AJ, or jobs may be done with the combination of sources. So distinct feature of transportation problem is that the sources and jobs must be expressed in terms of only one kind of units, that is I and J. Here, suppose that there are m number of sources, m number of sources and n number of destinations. Let AI be the number of supply unit available at source, that is I 1 2 3 to m. Let Bj be the number of demand unit required at destination, that is J 1 2 3 up to n. So let Cij represents the unit transportation cost for transporting the unit from source I to destination J. The objective is to determine number of units to be transported from source I to destination J so that the total transportation cost is minimum. See, one from the source you can connect to 1 2 3 4 to n of the destination. So the objective is to minimize the cost. So if Xij is greater than or equal to 0, Xij is a number of units shipped from sources I to destination J, then the equivalent linear programming model will be, so this will be modeling, we'll see, it will be Xij. So there are m sources and n destinations, so we must remember that the line joins source I to destination J. So in this diagram you can see, then the line carry information about cost of transportation Cij, the amount shipped Xij. Then amount of supply at source, that is Ai, and the amount of demand at J, that is Bj. Objective is to determine the unknown Xij that will minimize transportation cost. Let us take one example. So actually there is one sample without problem, explanation is there, but I have not taken. We'll see directly example so that you can easily understand the concept. Let's take one example. You can see table. So in this table, so number of rows and number of columns you can see. So first row consists of demand S1, S2, S3, and okay, these are demands. So first column, in first row, number of columns shows D1, D2, D3, D4. These are capacities. This above table shows 3 sources S1, S2, S3 and 4 destinations D1 to D4. The numbers in matrix are the per unit transportation cost. So let's formulate this table. So with the help of this table, so we are going to formulate. So Xij is a number of unit from source I to J. It is a Xij. So Xij should be greater than 0. Xij should be greater than 0. So model will be as follows. So what is our aim or objective? Our objective is to minimize total cost. To minimize total cost, the formulation, how to get a formula? See here. So this is S1 and D1. 19 is there, 30 is there, 50 is there. So these are costs are given. So minimize cost. So here X1, source 1 and destination 1. Source 1, destination 2. Source 1, destination 3. Source 1, destination 4. In this way, 19 X1 1, 30 X2 2, 50x13, 10x14. In this way you can write. Okay, for example 1911, 19x11, 30x12, 50x13, 10x14 plus 70x21, 30x22, 40x2, 3, 60x2, 4. In this way you can write. Okay, so this is what minimization equation. This is an objective function. In this way you have to write. You can write. Okay, each cell, this is 19 is a 1 1 cell, 30 is a 1 2 cell, 50 is a 1 3 cell, 1 4 cell. Second row 2 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4. In third row 3 1 3 2 3 3 3 4. In this way you have to assign the notation for particular cells. Okay, and you use this with the help of these values. This 1930, these are values. This is cost. This is a cost concerned to that particular cell. That cell connects supply and demand. Means from movement from S1 to D1, the cost is 19. Okay, so this is the representation. That 19 represents cost. So considering all costs, so what is our objective? Our objective is to minimize this cost. Now, so this is a objective function, formation of objective function. So number of elements in objective function are total numbers. See, 1 2 3 1 2 1. These are total 4. 4 columns are there, 3 rows are there. Total 12 items are there. See, you can see there total 12 items are there. Here total 12 items are there. Okay. Now capacity constraint. Capacity constraint. Here capacity is given. It is constraint, means maximum capacity. So 19 x11, 30 x12, 50 x13 plus 10 x14 equal to or less than 70. Equal to or less than 70. Here it is equal to 7, not 70. Similarly, capacity for other you can write down. Similarly, capacity for other rows you can write down. Here 70 x1, x11, 30 x12, 40 x13, 60 x14 equal to 9. Okay, in this way. Means here instead of 1 it is 2. x21, x22, x23, x24. Similarly here x31, x32, x33, x34 is 18. Okay, in this way you can write the capacity constraint. Now demand constraint. Similarly here 19. So 19 x11 plus 70 x21 plus 40 x31 equal to 5. Then 30 x22 x21, 30 x22, 80 x23 is equal to 8. In this way you can write demand constraints. And generally xij should be greater than 0. So this is a model formulation. So this model formulation is very important. Is it clear? Once you understood how to formulate this problem, then you can go for actual solution. Okay. Then how to go to actual solution? So we know that the model, general linear programming model. What is general linear programming model? Minimize total cost from I1 1 to m and j 1 to n, Cij, Xij. Okay, so we know all these things, Cij, Xij. So Xij is with us. So now subject to constraint. Okay, Xij, j1 to n and Xij, I1 to m. Okay, where I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 up to m, that is supply constraint, and j is demand constraint, and Xij should be greater than or equal to 0, and for all I and j, all I and j's should be greater than or equal to 0. So means for any value of I and j, Xij should be greater than or equal to 0. So these are some basic. Okay, so the two sets of constraints, these are two sets of constraints. Now this restriction cause one of constraint to reductant, that is hence it can be deleted, so that the problem will now m plus n minus 1 constraint, that is mn unknowns. So note that transportation problem will have feasible solution only if above restriction is satisfied, that is summation of I to m ai equal to summation of j1 to n bj is necessary, as well as sufficient condition for transportation problem to have feasible solutions. So these two constraints should be equal, then only this problem we can solve. So let us see some definitions. So the few terms used in connection with transportation models. So one is feasible solution. What is feasible solution? Feasible solution to a transportation problem is a set of non-negative allocations, that is Xij, that satisfies the RIM, that is row and column restrictions. Then basic feasible solution. A feasible solution to transportation problem is said to be a basic feasible solution if it contains no more than m plus n minus 1 non-negative allocation, where m is number of rows and n is number of columns of transportation problem. Then optimal solution. What is optimal solution? A feasible solution, not necessarily basic, that minimizes or maximizes the transportation cost, that is increases profit, is called optimal solution. The non-degenerate basic feasible solution. A basic feasible solution to m into n transportation problem is said to be non-degenerate if the total number of non-negative allocation is exactly m plus n minus 1, and these m plus n minus 1 allocations are in independent positions. Then degenerate basic feasible solution, the basic feasible solution in which the total number of non-negative allocation is less than m plus n minus 1 is called degenerate basic feasible solution. Okay, now here supply should be equal to demand. No constraints are m plus n. No variables are m into n. And supply equal to demand is one of the constraint, and hence we have one extra reductant constraint. Thus, any feasible transportation problem with exactly m plus n minus 1 non-negative decision variables Xij allocation satisfying all conditions. So above is balanced model, that is S equal to D, there is supply equal to demand. In unbalanced, S is not equal to D, there is supply is not equal to demand. If no if number of non-negative allocation is less than m plus n minus 1, then the solution is said to degenerate. So solution to the transportation matrix, set up the initial matrix format. So first step, initially you have to set up matrix format. Obtain an initial solution by any of the following method. So that is northwest corner method, or least count method, or Vogel's approximation method. Then test the solution for optimality and update the solution. So these are some steps we have to follow while solving problem with transportation modeling. Now we'll discuss northwest corner method. So it is a simple and efficient method. Start with cell at upper left, that is northwest. Allocate as much as feasible without affecting conditions. So following things can happen, that is, if A1 equal to B1, move diagonally. If A1 supply and B1 demand, move horizontal. If B1 demand is greater than A1, then move vertical. So it depends. So same example we have taken here, we have chosen. So S column supply is there and D is a first row. So number of rows we have chosen here. Here, so total capacity, see capacity 7 plus 9 plus 18 should be, it is 34. Then 5 plus 8 plus 7 plus 14 it is also 34. Means capacity supply equal to demand. Supply equal to demand. Here you can see in a problem, 7 plus 9 16 plus 18 34. Then 5 plus 8 13 plus 7 20 plus 14 34. So this supply equal to demand. Okay. Now so use this table to draw new table and to solve with the help of northwest corner method. Okay, northwest corner method. You put all values, means all 4 column values and 3 rows values. Column and row is not, it is not necessarily equal, but the total of supply and total of demand should be equal. Okay. Now the capacity is 7. So the demand here, the first is demand, so 5. So you write down 5 here, 5 demand, and you take 2 from this. So 5 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 5 plus 2, you can north left corner, so come from left corner, top left corner. So here you can write 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Then here 9. So here there is no, as 5 is over. Now here 2 is, 8 minus 2 is there. So take a 6. And how much required to fulfill this 9? So take a 3 from this 7. So 3, 6 plus 3, 9. Okay, and then third. So 4 is remain here. And this 14 is remain. So 18. In this way, diagonally, you can allocate the values. So select the least cost cell, allocate as much as given condition. So eliminate cross row or column if it gets exhausted. After adjusting